Don't have enough money saved up to retire? No problem. Retirement gets a lot cheaper when you stop buying stupid shit you don't need. Get Aaron Clary's latest essay, Poor Richard's Retirement, available on Amazon and Kindle. A link is in the description.
Alright, it's Good Popp here. And I got some bad news, but is it really bad news if it's math? Sarah Linty might think so. In fact, I think she's gonna get butthurt. Or cunt hurt. But this is what happens when you get around 40 as a feminist. You think you're special. Spoiler alert, baby! No, you're not. In fact, I can smell your waxworks from here. It smells like fish, bad decisions, and cobwebs. Oh, there's also a faint aroma of sand and desperation.
Oh, it stinks!
I know that's not what you were trying to convey when you wrote this piece of shit article. You were trying to give other 40-something feminists hope that they could have a baby and they really don't need a man. The math disagrees with you. And the good thing about math is it's not racist or misogynist, it just adds up and it's a royal bitch. Yeah. First and foremost, I don't want you to take our word for it. Check out the links below for the article and read it yourself. And I've read it several times, and it, stinks of selfishness and man-blaming. You probably don't know what man-blaming smells like because it's going on so much you're nose blind. And with that being said, let's just dive on into the life of Sarah Linty. Winning. Okay, first and foremost, I don't know her exact birth date. I only know she dropped out of the meat sack in 1977. And since we really don't know a lot about her, we're gonna fill in the blanks, so to speak. Yeah, well, nobody was filling in her blank because if they were, we wouldn't be doing this fucking video. But listen, we can boil it all down to brass tacks because this is what happens in the normal life of a feminist. I've seen this scenario play out thousands of times as a dude looking at it from the other side. So, these women K through 12, they probably had a couple of real serious love interests. And what do? They dump them so they can go to college and get smoked and poked. And while she's at college getting smoked and poked, some white knight bastard swoops in and he thinks he can put a ring on it. And what happens? What is the mindset of this whole tragedy in slow motion?
Oh, I really can't because I'm gonna get my master's, maybe my PhD, and I don't have time for this.
And when she's done with that, some other sad, pathetic bastard just comes along. We're in our middle 20s. It might be time to settle down, honey.
Fuck your gender roles. I need to work on my career first.
So she does. She fires up that career, and you have to admit she's doing pretty good at it. All right, let's get this straight. I'm a military man, so let's go through the excuse roll call. You dumped your high school boyfriend because you're going to college. Then you dump your college boyfriend because you're going to grad school. Then you dump your grad school boyfriend because you want to work on your career. Then you don't have time to meet anybody new because, you gotta work. Did you hear that? That's the sound of your first fertility window slamming shut like a time lock at the bank. I can just hear it now. The feminist telling me how sexist I am and I'm so full of shit. But I'm only really telling you the truth. And no matter what those feminists tell you, the truth does not have versions. You want the truth straight from the horse's mouth? Here it is! Flat out in this article, she reaches 38, no boyfriend, no husband, and no kids. All right, ladies, I'm listening. Go ahead and tell me I'm full of shit. So what does she do? And you got to admit, this is quite classic. She puts that arm back. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Hail Mary pass. And it's always great when it pays off.
Caught! Touchdown! Oh my gosh! How did that happen?
It's 1 in a million, but damn, that is exciting to watch. Winning. And it's even more exciting after the second fertility window is closed. Any doctor out there will tell you getting pregnant after 35 is straight up dangerous. Every single pregnancy after 35 is high risk. Pregnancies, they're expensive to start with. Now imagine how much more they cost after 35 and all that scrutiny. I hope you saved your pennies and you have a lot in the bank because you're going to lose it all. Even if you go in vitro, we're talking some exciting casino odds here. And most women have to do this 2, 3, 4, 5 times just to get it to take once. And old Sarah Linty, she said she's only going to do it one time. And that doctor, he caught that pass, boom, 1 foot in the end zone, woo, wins the game. Right at the buzzer, man. That's only a 3.75% chance of success. Damn! You know what percentages are higher than that? The birth defects that she was facing. We've been doing this for 5 years, and we've repeatedly said that feminists are basically a bunch of selfish cunts. Was I wrong? No, because only a selfish feminist would pull this shit.
I wanted to have a baby. It'll be there when I'm ready.
No, it won't, hooer. You're willing to risk the lives of these 2 children having birth defects or some other horrid shit that goes awry. And of course, woman, none of this is your fault. It's all the dudes' faults that would commit you down the road. All right, Sarah, let's call a spade a spade. By the time you started school to the time you ended school, you probably had many, many chances to find a dude to settle down with. And what did you do? You kicked them all to the goddamn curb. How'd that work out for you? I know you're looking for sympathy. Why else would you write an article like this? If you want some of that, honey, why don't you look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis? Because I'm fresh the fuck out. Everything that happened before these kids were born until you kick your air addiction, all your fault, woman. Hey, I'm getting a new smell here. Yeah, that's definitely desperation and a hint of frozen sperm. And that was her next stop. She went to the cock catalog quite literally. Now, if this whole thing isn't embarrassing enough, she dives face first into the kiddie pool. It's already supremely shallow to be shopping for sperm. But shopping for sperm based on just what the donor looked like?
What the hell is wrong with you people?
When you really think about it, it's only one step up from what women usually shop for, which is looks, and money.
I don't care if your grandfather was born with half a brain. You got $2 million. I'll marry you, fuck it.
But in feminist America, that's not gonna remain safe for long. And when this shit becomes real common, you're gonna start seeing these cunts going after the donors for child support. I know you're thinking, that can't be happening. Yes, it is. Links below.
This is bullshit.
Life is always expensive, and so is IVF. And with that, we come to my favorite part, the math. I need some more beer. I know you guys are thinking, hey, Pop, how much does IVF really cost?
All right, they take the frozen sperm, put it into turkey baster, turn it upside down, and apply.
No, that's not what happens. There's a whole buttload of doctor visits, fertility drugs, and hormones. By the time she actually gets that squirt injection, it's 30 G's. Holy shit, that's a Mustang. All right, I want to have a kid, so I'm going to waste the Mustang, and I'm going to throw away an upper middle class house, and then I'm going to go in debt and fuck y'all. I want my 2 kids. After that, it's another 9 months of doctor visits, hormones, and other medications so you don't miscarry. Even then, with all of those doctor visits, it's never guaranteed. Old Sarah Lenti found that shit out in a pretty harsh fucking way. So guess what? You got that Hail Mary pass. In fact, another one took root, which is basically the 2-point conversion. And what I mean by that is 2 embryos took. That means twins. And twins, they wreak havoc on the young, fertile bodies. Just imagine what happened in hers. I don't want to. And I'll tell you what happened. 10 weeks early, C-section, or those kids were gonna die. And you're lucky that shit went down in the Western world where they have good medicine, because anywhere else, those kids would be dead. The number one indicator of surviving some shit like this is living in the United States. And these 2 boys survived. Thank God they did, but they had to spend 70 days in the ICU. And you know how much that costs? $3,000 a day per kid. By the end of those 10 weeks, it cost $420,000. And I almost forgot the cost of your emergency C-section. Let's just throw another 50 grand on the fire. So by the time you got to take these kids home, you're $500,000 in the hole. And I read in an article back in the day that it costs $500,000 just to raise a kid from 0 to 18. You're out of money, baby. But let's face it, it's not done there. You are a true single mother now. And you work, you're gonna have daycare and all kinds of other bullshit. And there is no child support. Winning. I really hope you have a good retirement program, because I'm thinking by the time you get to about 70, you're gonna be broke as fuck. Raising twins by yourself, all those sleepless nights, gotta be a huge pain in the ass. That's a lot of time to think about all those dudes you kicked to the curb. I bet you they're looking good about now. Baby, that monumental suckage which is your life, as it is now, has just begun. And this is what happens when you drink from the feminist Kool-Aid. You basically wrote the instruction manual, how to become OPP, old, poor, and powerless. I don't care how much money you socked away, establishing your career. That shit's all gonna be gone now. Not only are you starting off $500K in the hole, these kids were born early and quite possibly they'll have health issues for the rest of their lives. Oh yeah, who pays for that for the first 18 years? Not the dude you kicked to the curb, you bitch. You don't even have a dude that you could rake through the coals for child support. Why couldn't you just get knocked up like any other decent feminist and sperm jack the guy? At least you'd have somebody to fucking fleece for money and child support. But more importantly than that, these kids would have a prayer of having a father figure in their lives. Yeah, the best you could do is walk them by the popsicles in the freezer at the grocery store and say
hi to Daddy.
Oh shit, that's fucked up. Wow. Oh shit, here it comes. All that bad karma for telling that joke. But hey, at least my daughters know their daddy. Winning.
Yeah, you know what? That's a pointless argument right there. That's like if your dad says, I fucked your mom. It's like I can't argue with that.
This is no secret. YouTube is going through some craziness, and our ad revenue is down to 1/3 of what it used to be. So please check out the links below, Patreon and PayPal, so we keep doing this because it's fun, but it is expensive. And while we're at it, please hit the subscribe button, because if you do, I will do everything in my power to make sure that those popsicles wave back at you. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. They gave her the clip, and now she's got a whistle sack. Oh yeah, I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say that. I know, but they would say I know what frozen sperm smells like. I don't fucking know. Oh, I'm gonna walk into 2 homeless mission points. You make me say that.
Not homeless mission point.
That's fucking nasty.
This is comedy. It's different.